So what's up, everybody? I am here. I'm with the aloe vera plant. Bought it from Whole Foods, and I figure, look, I'm on this quest for superior skin health, anti-aging, longevity. I'm 47. I'm not ashamed to say that. My goal is to turn back the clock and look 10 years younger by the end of this year. I know that's crazy, right? I want to try to look 10 years younger than I do, let's say 2 years, okay? Let's say within the next 2 years, let's try to look 10 years younger than I do today. Is that possible? Let's aim high. Even if it's exaggerated, we're going to aim high. And I'm not ashamed to say my age because I believe that barring a catastrophe, barring a comet hitting Earth, barring a serious accident, I expect to live another 50, 60, 70 years. I expect to be a phenomenal athlete, to get better. I expect to age wonderfully and fantastically. That's literally how I feel. I do have, as we all have health things we have to deal with, and that's why I go stricter and stricter. I'm an ultra disciplined eater. I've been deep down this nutrition rabbit hole for the last 10 years, getting smarter and smarter and smarter. The reason I did that is because the vast majority of the doctors and nutritionists and dietitians out there did not have the answers I wanted, so I took it upon myself, and that's what I continue to do. And so I want to start using the aloe vera, not just buying it over the counter and getting it where it's diminished, where it's weakened, where it's a fraction of the aloe vera. I want the real thing straight from the plant. And so I didn't look at any YouTube tutorials or anything like that to open this up, to cut it open. I do have some plastic here. I know plastic's not the best thing. There's a war on plastic going on, and I'm well aware of some of the negative effects of plastic and plastic in our body. But that's the best we're going to have to wrap that up and put that in the refrigerator after this to continue to use it for the next few days. But I want to put a lot of this aloe vera on my face, of course, on my neck, and on my skin. And especially out here in the desert in Las Vegas, we have extreme heat a lot of the year, extremely dry, extremely rough on the skin. So what's my verdict on aloe vera? I don't know. I just know that it's always implicated phenomenally and prominently in skin health. So I'm going to start to put it on my body, put it on my lips. My hands do get cracked going back to Baltimore. That's one thing I've had. And I really want to test out this aloe vera probably for the next 60 days and really study the difference that is there. And so we're going to try to cut it. Again, everybody has to pick their philosophy. You pick what's comfortable for you. My philosophy, again, Frank the Organic Tank. It used to be Frank the Tank, Frank the Organic Tank. My teammates in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, the Hawaiians, they love to nickname people. So do the Brazilians. They gave me the nickname the Tank, Frank the Tank, Frank the Tank, Frank the Organic Tank, because I was basically, when I wasn't working at Ultimate Fighting Championship, when I wasn't in the gym training jiu-jitsu, wrestling, and martial arts, then I was usually, you could find me at Whole Foods, and I was living in there, and I was testing vegan diets and different diets, 10 years ago. And I had become a stickler for organic as much as possible. And so in my worldview, I don't do the Botox thing. I don't do the steroids. I don't do the HGH. I don't do, I'm not into augmentations and artificial. I'm really not into that. That none of us live in a bubble, so none of us are perfect. But as much as possible year round, I strive to be, I try to be. I am human. When in Rome, I will indulge in some things, but it's very rare that I'll eat a piece of candy or an ice cream or something like that. It's very rare. A lot of times I'm being kind to someone, right? I'm at their house. It's a holiday. I'm being kind to them. The other thing is there have been times where money was extremely tight, and so you just ate what you could, right? You just ate what you could. But when the vast majority of the time, 97, 98% of the time, you catch me, I'm a real stickler, a real extreme eater. I would say an enlightened eater. I do work with clients where you work with them for their goals. And so this year, 2020, I won't eat meat this year. I will have bone broth, but I'll otherwise be vegan and plant-based. I'll eat way healthier than most vegans do because the vast majority of vegans don't even eat healthy. That's another discussion. But anyway, let's get to the skin health, which which is so important to that is hydration, right? Your water, your trace minerals, your Himalayan sea salt or the Redmond sea salt there from Utah, from southern Utah. They have a phenomenal salt that's rich with trace minerals. I really like it, and I've met them. They're really nice people down there. But, and you have cell food, which is a great supplement for hydration. And so there's a lot of different things you can take. You see float tanks now are popping up, people getting those. Those can help your hydration. Being in the ocean, help your hydration. Magnesium, Epsom salt baths are phenomenal. Some of the different magnesiums that there are a lot of tricks. And, you've got watermelon with the citrulite, which can be phenomenal, and coconut water at the right times, real coconut water from the coconut, phenomenal for hydration, especially for elite athletes. But, so most of for me, you have to earn that health. And a lot of that comes with your habits day in, day out. And we're talking about health and great skin and great hydration from the inside out. And so I believe that that's the way to go about, even though there are things we can put on our skin topically, moisturizers and vitamin C and vitamin A serum. There's no substitute for just great daily habits that aren't, not just a magic pill. I don't have that magic pill mentality. I have sort of an earn it mentality and be disciplined. And it's my first time. I guess it's pretty self-explanatory with the. I'm trying to cut my finger off here, but with this aloe vera, this is literally the first time I'm handling it. I figured, what the heck? How hard can it be? Let's. We got it on video, live video. Let's see if we can figure this out. It can't be that hard, right? And it'll be fun if we, just to figure it out, just to discover it together. And I would just encourage you. Get out there and just have fun. Reconnect with nature. This is a form of reconnecting with nature. This is what God, the infinite intelligence, universe, whatever you want to call it, has given us to, to kiss our skin. The sun, phenomenal for your skin. Again, you got to work your way up to it. A lot of times, it's not, it's not. It depends on your tolerance. Some people, I'm Italian, and so of course, my skin likes the sun. But even me, I would say, I'm usually. I'll work my way up 20 minutes. Wow, this stuff's pretty slippery and slathery. Looks like it's not gonna. But I'll work my way up to about 60, 75 minutes of the sun, and I'll be out there cycling, no shirt. And I just believe, the sun to kiss your skin with that vitamin D that's so essential. I don't know what we're doing here, but I'm just eager to get this aloe vera gel on me. Maybe I should start to just cut it, and I probably should have in the future some sort of don't do this at home, by the way. We're going to get somebody hurt and you're going to try to sue me, but probably should have some sort of like a bowl or a container to just start to cut it and put it in. But it doesn't feel that great. Aloe vera going on the skin does not feel, it's the one thing that's interesting. It doesn't feel that great. It's like a lot of things. Some things, a donut tastes phenomenal, but it's not as good for you as a piece of broccoli, right? You can cook the broccoli, but a piece of raw broccoli, most people don't like that, right? Or raw spinach, but of course a donut is nowhere near as healthy as some kale or some spinach or something like that, right? So you can't always judge a book by its cover. Aloe vera does not feel phenomenal going on. A lot of times it even feels sticky. That's part of the reason I'm having a hard time getting it out of here. And you've got to be careful because it has some little thorns with it too, so you got to be careful with it. And you got to be careful with your knife, right? Don't sue me for that. I don't want to be sued by you. But I'm trying to get this gel. Watch out for the little prickly stuff. And so, again, like a lot of things, just like a pomegranate is so phenomenal for heart health and so rich with antioxidants and great for your immune function, right? But it's a lot of work. I've taken pictures of the pomegranates, and you got to cut the thing open, and then you got to cut a bunch of different sides of it, and then you got to dig out those seeds, and then you got a big mess of red everywhere, and then you got to look at this aloe vera is a little bit messy. I got to figure out a better method, but sometimes some of those things, some of the best things in life, to make you work for it, to make you earn it, you got to have patience. Even this aloe vera is everywhere. I guess this might be an advertisement for some of you not to use aloe vera, because it's even like this. I'm trying to squish it to make it so that it will absorb my skin better, but it's very like jelly, and it doesn't always want to to just go into just melt into my skin, right? Like a lot of lotions do. So it's interesting. Sometimes you get the natural things and they are a pain in the butt. They do make you work for it, right? They make you work for the rewards. Sometimes something like this. But I'm just curious to see what this does, especially out here in this desert, man, this Vegas desert. I mean, my goodness, we get so much, it's so dry out here. This is really, I mean, back east, I naturally have oily skin. I'm kind of fortunate with that. It's a blessing and a curse, right? It can help your skin age, but at the same time, it's you break out more with pimples and zits growing up, especially, and here in this desert, I mean, this desert just beats up your skin, man. It really does. It beats up your skin. So don't do what I'm doing when you experiment with this aloe vera. Do not do what I'm doing, because apparently I'm messing up. We're going to figure this out. We're going to have part 2, a sequel with the aloe vera. We're going to figure it out, because it's kind of slippery and slidey and sticky and messy and whatever, but do the ends justify the means? How bad do you want to be, right? You sit there and you get some processed aloe vera. You don't even know, aloe vera water, whatever. It's got like 2% aloe vera in it, and then it's older, right? It's already been opened. It's already been compromised, and you're getting the weak stuff. You got to go right to nature, and sometimes you have to do the hard work yourself to get the benefits. And I got to figure this out, though. It's not that easy. It is a lot of work, and I got to figure out how do you take some of this gel and wow, look at that. Does not feel. It even has a little burn to it, a slight burn. I mean, a baby kind of burn, kind of like when you put vitamin C on your face. Sometimes if you put vitamin C serum on your face, you'll feel a mild burn. That feels like from the acid of it. But of course, I want to put some of this on my. You gotta be really careful with your knife out there, folks. I want to put some of this on my arms and hands, and we'll figure out some other way. Maybe we'll mix it with coconut. Maybe that's a secret. Maybe that's the ticket, to mix it with some coconut too. And see this, even so it's kind of hard to actually, see these little clump pieces. It's kind of hard to get those to just be absorbed into the skin. And sometimes they're just so resistant that they just stay a ball, like a fatty ball, and they don't want to break down. So it's interesting. I don't know exactly what to make of that, and that's why I just keep cutting the thing. So we're going to have to solve that, but we did get some with a face, and we'll be doing that on a daily. We probably won't record it every day. I doubt you're going to be that fascinated, interested to see, but I would just encourage you. You want healthier skin. Aloe vera has been implicated for a long time, and it's obviously your hydration. General rule would be half your body weight in ounces. But if you're super active and you're athletic, especially if you're in a sport like fighting in the combat sports or triathlons or something, marathon running or long distance running, I mean, you're going to require more water, and you really want to get those trace minerals or some cell food 3-4 times a day, 8, 10, 12 drops, and you're going to want that, and that's going to help with your hydration. Magnesium is going to be big, and of course sea salt, tablespoon or 2 of that a day. Your body metabolizes that way different than other salts. Phenomenal for you for your nerve conduction. Calcium for muscle contraction. You're going to want the potassium. It's huge in the hydration. So a lot of moving pieces. I've been doing a lot of bone broth lately, and of course you got things like squash and cucumbers and celery that are just phenomenal for your hydration. So that's it. I want to have a more radiant, glowing skin. I know I'm a guy, and I know people say, it's a metrosexual thing, or you're trying to be a pretty boy, whatever. Listen, I've beaten my body up for years in the fight sports. I've beaten my body up in wrestling, in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, up against dirty mats and sitting there and wrestling and sweating and being dirty, wrestling dirty and grinding and people sweating on you and bleeding on you and all kinds of, we had staph infections. People had ringworm in there and in the training environments. Just my body's been exposed to so many different things. It's been beaten up with broken noses and broken cheekbones and broken hands and fingers and mangled fingers and ankles and knees and surgeries and a neck surgery and a 27-inch scar on the right leg and on and on and on. So many injuries. And knee surgery and the shoulders come out of socket 14 times. So it is time for self-care. It's time to love yourself. It's time sometimes to pamper yourself. And I don't apologize for that because I've already done the tough guy stuff. I built my whole identity around that. Now I want to say thank you to my body. I want to honor my body. I want to honor my temple. And one way to do that is it's through some pampering, some massage, some deep tissue massage, some acupuncture, a lot of yoga, a lot of stretching and deep breathing and hiking and cycling and even working out but not getting my heart rate up tremendously high, letting my body still heal and still recover and reversing the years, reverse aging, concentrating on youthifying and age defiance and longevity and still peak performance and just doing it natural. Again, no Botox, no steroids, no plastic surgery. If that's your thing, that's fine. That's fine. You do it your way. I'll do it mine. I want to see how far can I go today, right now, through natural means. And I'm very persistent. I'm very resilient. I'm very experimentative. I'm very open-minded. I'm very hungry. I'm very driven. And I think that the vast majority of the time I'm ultra-disciplined. So I'm going to go plant-based this year. And I am going to play around with this aloe vera and figure this out and probably do a follow-up video and say, hey, look how far I've come playing around with aloe vera gel and getting comfortable with it. And I'm going to certainly have to clean this mess up. But, some of you are much more, you've done this thing, you've done this before. You already know about aloe vera. You can give me some of your tips. That's fine. I'm just a man trying to figure it out, and I know that it's good for your skin, and I am big. Here we go. We got a little of this. Let's get a little of this there. Let's get a little of that. Whatever that residue is, let's get a little more of that for the face and the neck. Back of the neck, too. So any tips out there? Nobody knows everything. There's a lot I don't know. Nutrition science is so young. There's so many moving pieces. The human body is so fascinating. So many variables. That's what keeps those of us that are super curious. It just keeps you engaged. There's so many moving pieces. There's so many variables. And there's so much we don't know. So if you do know, if you've got experience with aloe vera and you want to comment, I invite you to, subscribe to me, Frank, the Organic Tank Forza. I'm on this mission for longevity, peak performance, age defiance, all natural. And I hope you join me. Thank you.